Deep within Death Valley National Park, a peculiar phenomenon unfolds. On a dry lake bed known as Racetrack Playa, rocks appear to move on their own. These rocks, some weighing hundreds of pounds, leave behind visible trails in the cracked earth. This strange sight has captivated scientists and visitors alike for decades. Racetrack Playa is a remote and desolate area in the heart of Death Valley. The playa is a flat, dry lake bed surrounded by towering mountains. The landscape is stark and beautiful, but it holds a secret. The stones vary in size and composition, from small pebbles to massive boulders. They are primarily made of dolomite and syenite, common rock types in the area. These rocks sit on the cracked clay surface of the playa, seemingly motionless for most of the year. But when conditions are just right, something extraordinary happens. The rocks begin to move, leaving behind distinct trails that etch across the playa surface. The movement of the sailing stones has long been a puzzle. For many years, people could only observe the trails left behind. No one had ever witnessed the rocks actually moving. This led to much speculation and numerous theories. Some suggested that the rocks were moved by strong winds, while others proposed more outlandish explanations. Early theories included magnetic fields, extraterrestrial intervention, and even mischievous spirits. While these ideas captured the imagination, they lacked scientific evidence. Researchers began to study the phenomenon more seriously, trying to find a plausible explanation. They meticulously documented the trails, measured the rocks, and analyzed the environment. Despite the difficulties, scientists continued to investigate. They began to suspect that a combination of factors was responsible for the movement. In 2014, a team of researchers finally cracked the case. Using time-lapse photography and GPS tracking, they observed the rocks in motion. The discovery was published in the journal PLOS One, revealing the surprising mechanism behind the sailing stones. The answer lay in a unique combination of ice and wind. During the winter months, Racetrack Playa can experience freezing temperatures. When rain falls and collects on the playa surface, it can freeze into thin sheets of ice. As the sun rises and the ice begins to melt, it breaks into smaller panels. These panels, floating on a thin layer of water, can be pushed by even light winds. The ice panels then collide with the rocks, nudging them forward. The rocks, resting on the slippery, wet clay, are moved by the force of the ice. This process, though subtle, is enough to move even the largest rocks. The movement of the sailing stones requires a specific set of conditions. First, there must be enough water on the playa to form ice. This usually occurs during the winter months when rainfall is more common. The water must then freeze into a thin sheet of ice that covers a significant portion of the playa. Second, the ice must break into smaller floating panels. This happens as the sun rises and the ice begins to melt. The panels must be large enough to exert force on the rocks, but thin enough to be moved by the wind. Third, there must be sufficient wind to push the ice panels. Even light winds can be enough to move the rocks, especially if the ice panels are large and the clay surface is wet and slippery. The wind direction also influences the direction of the rock movement. The combination of these factors creates the perfect storm for the sailing stones to set sail. The sailing stones of Death Valley reveal nature's mysteries through ice, wind, and rock. Preserve these wonders for future generations to explore and understand. The sailing stones of Death Valley are a testament to the power of observation, scientific curiosity, and the intricate workings of the natural world. What was once a baffling enigma is now understood as a delicate interplay of ice, wind, and rock. The story of the sailing stones reminds us that even seemingly impossible mysteries can be solved with careful observation and scientific investigation. It also highlights the importance of preserving these natural wonders for future generations to appreciate and learn from. The next time you encounter a mystery in the natural world, remember the sailing stones. Be curious, ask questions, and seek answers. The world around us is full of wonders waiting to be discovered. The sailing stones of Death Valley are a testament to the power of observation, scientific curiosity, and the intricate workings of the natural world. What was once a baffling enigma is now understood as a delicate interplay of ice, wind, and rock. The story of the sailing stones reminds us that even seemingly impossible mysteries can be solved with careful observation and scientific investigation. It also highlights the importance of preserving these natural wonders for future generations to appreciate and learn from. The next time you encounter a mystery in the natural world, remember the sailing stones. Be curious, ask questions, and seek answers. The world around us is full of wonders waiting to be discovered. As we conclude our journey with the sailing stones, become part of our curious community. Like, subscribe, and discover more wonders. Share this enigma with friends. Continue exploring and stay curious always.